What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's edition of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am your host, as always, Shosan, with a very illustrious set of co-hosts.
Dan, you can't take a drink.
Nope.
That's a shame, too. So
every time I said "as always" last week, he took a drink.
Good.
Fortunately, he didn't get very drunk.
Frat boys drink. So my counterpart here, Mr. Klee, go ahead and say hello.
What's going on, everybody? Ron Clay here.
Finally, our non-drinker today.
Hey, what's up?
It's Penth. We love Penth. Penth.
Coles is in Las Vegas this week.
He is. It's kind of a shame, but then again, it's Las Vegas, so you know, you win some, you lose some. Actually, quite literally in Vegas,
you lose way more than you win.
Right. So, what we're doing today, we're actually going to follow a slightly different format because unless you guys have been living under a shack this past week, we just hit E3. Woohoo! It has really passed us by, and holy crap, are there some announcements.
And
wow.
and I want to demonstrate here, and I'm going to do this really quick. So if you look at this here, you can see my screen here. This is what a normal script looks like for the podcast.
Just last week.
Yeah, this is just last week. You can see kind of, it's about a page long. Here's this week's script.
And it just goes and goes.
Keeps going. It's just absolutely crazy. That's how much stuff we got this week for you folks. It's going to be good.
Of course, we're not going to hit all of it in depth because, let's be completely honest, I don't even care about all these games. I'm positive that my good friend Penth here doesn't care about half of these games. But we're going to talk about them anyway, to a small extent. So, we're going to kick things off with the first guys that I happen to catch.
As we always do.
No. Microsoft. Damn it. Okay.
Now we kick off the show as we always do.
With the news!
Thank you.
All right. Microsoft news. Let's go ahead and we'll kick this thing off. So, here you go. Recall. This is going to be an interesting game. If you guys remember the previews from when the Xbox One first launched, they had this weird little game where you controlled it's like a spirit or whatever that would take parts of the environment and turn himself into like a big golem. Do you guys remember that?
Nope.
I do not, but
no. Okay.
That sounds pretty
That's
neat.
Interesting. It didn't do so well. I mean, it was a launch game and people generally didn't care, and I forget the name of it, so that tells you. But Recore is very similar. So what it is there's these weird little mechs throughout the stage, and in the center is this, a core. It's like this little glowing orb. And once your mech dies, you go in, you pull out the core, you can put it into a new mech, be it a fallen enemy or one that's just lying around, and that becomes your new friend, your new follower.
Neat.
So yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know. We'll see how it does. It's kind of like a platformer type thing is what I saw. But okay, Halo 5. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I love Halo.
Haven't heard about Halo 5. I don't even play the Halo series, and I know Halo.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I never heard a date until just today. It's officially coming out in October. By the sounds of it, early. Oh, yeah. Okay, 27th October. See, I didn't even catch the 27th.
Yep.
So that'll be really cool. But in probably the best set of news I heard about Microsoft all year so far, backwards compatibility is coming to the Xbox One.
So
I'm quite excited about this because there's a couple of games on Xbox Live for 360 that I want to play, but couldn't, and was actually disappointed to find they weren't on the Xbox One, but hey, they're coming.
Right, and Dan, you'll probably be pretty interested in this. I know you don't have the console, but it's actually going to be native, they said. They're not running an emulator doing this, like a download streaming service. You pop in your disc after this update, and it plays.
Yeah, and that actually makes me kind of want to get an Xbox One a little bit.
Yeah. I mean that's really, really awesome that they finally got this going. They said it will be a holidays release time, so we're looking around December. It's going to be completely free, but it's going to be probably a very large patch, obviously. But that's all they said so far.
Well, one thing that kind of surprised me is if they had this capability, what took them so long to be able to do it? Like, why didn't they launch with this?
I agree. I don't know what actually changed or why they want to suddenly unlock it.
Well, I could tell you why. It's all about the money. They want to beat PlayStation. They want to get more consoles sold.
Right,
This is how they can do it.
I guess, why didn't you guys do this and get that leg up over PlayStation and everybody else? Do it earlier if you could have already done it natively. But
I mean, I guess it could have been that they were getting their first set of sales, and then they're like, they want a second set of sales.
Oh yeah, probably.
Nice spike,
Yeah. Well, don't these companies also get like a kickback from the used games, like EB games, when you trade in your? No, I don't know. Either way. So something else that's kind of coming out, and I thought this was interesting, and I hate to say it, I might get it. We'll see. Xbox is pushing out what they're calling the Elite controller.
$150 for this thing.
Oh, I did not see the price. Holy crap. Yes. I am not buying that. Wow. What's interesting, it's coming out this fall, but what they did was they kind of it's the same hardware, but they changed some of the buttons on the front, right? Made it a little more ergonomic, a little bit more accurate as far as your control inputs go.
One of the things I noticed is that the D-pad is interchangeable.
Yes, yeah, the sticks and the D-pad. You just pop them off and pop in a new one and press on. They have hair trigger locks on there now. But the really weird one is they're putting 4 buttons on the back of the controller. So as you're playing it, you're going to have extra buttons back here for you to be able to play. What I find will be interesting is they're going to use that in their future games. Like, is that going to be a racing game only kind of a thing? Because for paddle shifters. But how else would you kind of go about it, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of games that support it.
Yeah, well, they did say you're going to be able to map all the buttons to whatever you want it to do. So that'll be kind of curious, but yeah, should be interesting. Okay, so coming out on the Xbox, EA has pushed what they're calling EA Access, which is kind of a stream stuff that's coming out for $5 a month. And to have a vault with older games, as well as some of the more recent. Their big ones that they pushed were Titanfall will be streaming, as well as Dragon Age Inquisition, the new FIFA, and Madden. Right now, there are currently 12 titles that are free to play through the weekend. Unfortunately, you guys haven't gotten into it by tomorrow. So.
Yep.
Forza 6, I'm not really a racing guy, but it looked cool.
It's too bad we don't have Veg here because he's our racing guy.
Yeah, he really is.
We missed one thing in there that Fallout 4 mods that are made on PC are going to work on Xbox.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I forgot about that. That'll be really cool. They said they're going to do it kind of a la Steam workshop type system. You can just go in, download it, you're good, and let it go. Okay, so Dark Souls 3, I hate Dark Souls. Only because I don't like feeling like I'm being punished for playing a game. But they are coming out with the third one early next year, they're saying. I would probably anticipate February, probably. Maybe sooner.
The series that makes you hate life.
I got to the second or third boss or whatever, and I gave up.
Yeah.
It's not worth my time. I mean, it is worth my time, but I don't have the time to make it worth it.
Right, exactly. You don't have enough to invest. Okay, so one, I'm just going to hit on this really quickly because I'm going to talk about it in another section. The Division and Rainbow Six, the big things that came off of the Xbox, the Division was going to come out first for Xbox. They're going to get that, as well as early access here in December for everybody, so that should be really cool. And then Rainbow Six Siege is coming with Six Vegas and Rainbow Six Vegas 2 as incentives just for getting their game. So that'll be interesting. Okay.
Briefly, also, you talked about like a 360 launch title where you had like little golems.
Yes.
That was called Cameo.
Cameo, there you go. Thank you.
It was kind of a fun Zelda-ish game.
Yeah, I mean, it looked interesting, but I never cared for it too much. It wasn't my thing.
It wasn't a great game, but it was. I mean, it was a fun little RPG thing that came out with it.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so here's an interesting one. Microsoft is pushing out their own game called Gigantic. It's coming out with Windows 10 as well as Xbox. They're going to be exclusive titles. What's interesting is they're doing the free-to-play model. The beta is coming out August 2015, and it's pretty much like a Team Fortress game. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Because you guys should have the free Windows 10 upgrade, right?
Sure.
Yep.
So there you go. We get a free little Team Fortress game. I don't know. Like,
Probably going to be
I already have a free Team Fortress game.
well, yeah, it's called Team Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It'll be something interesting. They did say it's going to be cross-platform as well. So I don't know. I think it'll be fun to do. Okay, so one of my favorite companies, and unfortunately, it was very, very quick. If you guys saw it or not, but the Behemoth, the same guys who did Castle Crashers, is coming out with a new game, and that's all we know. That's all I know, unfortunately. It was a very, very quick little flash. They showed the Behemoth and then some really quick gameplay, about 3 seconds, and then it moved on. And I was upset. But, so, as I was watching, though, Ron, you should be pretty happy about this. I found an indie game that was really, really interesting.
Hold on a second. Dan's pouring something all over his keyboard.
Chips.
Never-ending soda.
Okay, so
Easy on the mic.
Sorry, it's a new headset that I got for Father's Day from my wife
very
and son.
there you
Oh,
go.
congratulations! I was
Right?
just saying I got one too.
Yeah.
I got one for my birthday from my wife. So cool.
Happy anniversary, Ron.
Thank you.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm still alive, guys. Believe me, I am
Go
still alive.
14 years, she still hasn't murdered you.
And yeah, it's great.
Amazing. Yeah,
And if you guys know me, that is extremely amazing.
yeah, definitely. All right, so Ron, indie games.
Mhm.
So Microsoft is specifically like advertising this new indie game. This looked really amazing to me. I'm not huge on indie games, and I know you are, but this is called Cuphead.
Yep, and this was one of the biggest games that came out of E3 because if you look at it, it looks like I mean the characters all look like they're drawn by Walt Disney.
Yeah, it's
Seriously.
it's like a 1940s style cartoon that you're playing as a video game.
I mean
It's
the artwork in here is
cool.
incredible.
Yeah,
It's definitely worth checking out the previews for it.
I was really hyped. Like, I'm really looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What about it caught my interest? But man,
That's really cool.
Because people don't make games like this. They don't make games in that style.
yeah, with an artistic view and everything else.
Yeah. So Cuphead looks really, really, really interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Okay, so Rise of the Tomb Raider gameplay was shown off. This was really cool. So it's graphically it looks better than the previous Tomb Raider, but still pretty much the same. Slightly more stronger Lara Croft in this one. She's not as scared and hesitant and stuff like that. So that's good. They're still working this game as a prequel. But it's going to be very much more action-oriented gameplay. If you guys have ever played Uncharted or seen it's going to be very similar to that from what we were seeing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I hate QuickTime events, and what they showed off is a lot of QuickTime events.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, I don't know. You take the good with the bad. Now, one of my favorite companies growing up as a kid, actually most of my adult life so far, the company Rare is making a huge comeback. So this is really interesting, and I'm going to hit this thing up as soon as it becomes available. They just announced what they're calling Rare Replay, which is going to be an Xbox exclusive want to be able to let you play and stream their older games like Conker's Bad Fur Day, Battletoads, if you guys remember that one. RC Pro-Am is coming back. Perfect
Oh my
Dark.
God! Oh, RC Pro-Am. I got. Hold on, I have to talk about RC Pro-Am because RC Pro-Am was one of my best games on the Nintendo to the point where I almost maxed out the score. Had like 920 some thousand.
Really?
Yeah, like 100 and some odd tracks.
Wow.
I was amazing at that game.
It was a fun game. Really enjoyed it.
Fun.
I was always more of a Battletoads, Banjo-Kazooie. That was my thing. But yeah, so they're pushing out all these games.
Killer Instinct.
Really cool. Yeah, Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then they announced that they're coming out with a new game called Seeds, which is going to be an Xbox exclusive. And this is going to have cartoony graphics, kind of like what Rare's known for, a la Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day and stuff like that. So it's like the weird cel-shaded type stuff that they do, but pirate-themed. Eh?
Who doesn't like pirates?
Right. It's a pirate game, so hell yeah. That'll be really cool.
You know what the game's going to be rated? It's going to be rated R.
R. Very nice, Ron. All these puns. All right, moving on. Fable Legends was finally. I've been kind of a long-standing Fable fan, just a quiet one. But this is going to be free-to-play, Microsoft exclusive.
Man, all these free-to-plays.
Yeah, like Microsoft is taking an interesting turn. I'd like to see if they continue this. One really cool thing, moving on from Fable Legends, because that's really all there was. Oculus. They announced that the Oculus Rift is going to have support for the Xbox through Windows 10 streaming ability. So when you get your Windows 10 installed, they're going to have an Xbox One app, kind of a thing, that connects your console to your computer. So then you have your Oculus Rift plugged into your computer. You can play your Xbox games through your computer. It's going to be really cool.
Oculus Rift. It's already badass enough that Windows 10 is going to allow me to play Xbox One stuff.
Yeah. And one thing that they said too was once the Oculus launches, they are going to have full Xbox One controller support.
Cool.
So that'll be cool too. Yeah, it's one less thing that you got to buy.
Yeah.
I'm all about the Oculus Rift, by the way. I'm really hoping that comes out soon. So here's something interesting. Minecraft, that apparently everybody and their dog loves. I don't. I hate this game.
Creeper Stream.
They're doing Minecon. Minecon.
They've had a few of them.
Really?
Yes, this isn't the first of those.
Wow. I don't know how you have a convention over Minecraft, but
because so many people play it. It's one of the biggest games of all time.
And that's just it. Yeah, if you guys enjoy it, go play it. But what I found really interesting was Microsoft demoed out their HoloLens during this Minecraft announcement.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What they've done is they showed it. They have a little table set up in the HoloLens, and walked over to the table, and you can see the entire Minecraft world sitting on this table. And if he leans in closer, it'll zoom in, and he can see through walls or see under the ground, and all these cool little augmented reality stuff. It was really amazing. Like, I was impressed. So if you guys haven't
read
seen
that the HoloLens demo was one of the best of E3.
Oh, hands down. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing watching them do it. Again, I don't like Minecraft, but if it came with the HoloLens, play, absolutely. Yeah, it was cool. Okay, Gears of War. Oh, Gears of War. I freaking hate this game. So frustrating. But they are announcing the Ultimate Edition, which is a remastered version of Gears that is coming out for the Xbox. And they showed off some of the new Gears of War gameplay that's coming out. And they announced it'll be holidays 2016. So, very interesting.
2016?
2016.
Wow, that's a ways off. We'll be talking about this at next E3.
The remastered Gears of War is coming out this year. Looking to be around Thanksgiving. is for the remastered. But the new one, next year. And then, right before they ended their conference, they said, and wish you guys a new user experience, and walked away.
Yep. And they actually have a little bit of details on that, and I've posted the article on news.xbox.com that's regarding what I guess they're calling it Xbox Wire.
Yeah, something like that.
So, and it looks like it's just a new way to browse your Xbox.
Right. So it sounds kind of like they're like when they put the blades into the Xbox 360. They're probably just modifying it, putting a skin over it. But yeah, that'll be interesting. So, yeah.
One down.
Xbox. You guys have anything else you want to add? Microsoft?
No.
No, not Microsoft fans. Okay. So
I am a Microsoft fan. Just
are you?
got a lot to cover.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to E3, who is
EA.
up next. Or E.
How many beers have you had?
I got way too many notes.
E3, EA.
EA. Okay.
What's the difference? One sucks, one doesn't.
I actually I don't mind EA. And we'll get into the part about EA that I don't like. But okay, first what I do like, Mass Effect.
Yes.
Yes. Mass
Yes.
Effect Andromeda is coming out holidays 2016. They've
So,
already it out. So yeah,
spoiler,
we have.
spoiler alert for anybody who has not played Mass Effect 3.
Oh, hold on,
So,
let me turn off my headset.
Yeah.
I'll wave like this when I'm done giving spoilers, okay? So, you die at the end of Mass Effect 3.
Yep. Brilliant.
There's one of the endings, you see your hand move. So, unless they make that canon, and this comes out, I mean, I guess they could say, oh, well, we resurrected you or whatever. But bringing back, I mean, you'd want to be Shepard for this, but at the same time, if they bring back Shepard, it cheapens the whole first trilogy.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's I don't know how to feel about it because like you said, it really does cheapen the whole story and the whole experience. So
Okay.
yeah.
Spoilers over.
What?
We're good.
Okay, we're good? All right, let's move on.
Have you really not played Mass Effect?
I have not played Mass Effect now.
Oh man.
Well, you should.
You got to get on that. It's brilliant. It's going to take a lot of your time, but it's brilliant.
See, that's a problem. Is a lot of these games that a lot of these big AAA titles require you to sink a lot of time into it, and that's a lot of time I don't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Witcher 3 is tempting me, but I've got too many things to do right now.
Yet at the same time, I put 80 hours into Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you have. I constantly see you pop up on Steam. Ron, now playing Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'm like, all right, cool. Okay, so okay, this I got to get this off my chest, you guys. Why the hell is Mirror's Edge suddenly so popular?
Because it was a good game, but it had problems, and if they fix the problems, then the good parts of it are going to shine through.
I never liked it. Like, it was okay. It was a game, but it wasn't something that I invested a lot of time and effort into. But this was huge at E3. Everything was the new Mirror's Edge, and I don't know. For some reason, it caught me off.
Well, it could also be a big marketing department.
Could be. Very well could be. I didn't understand the hype, but yeah. So, Mirror's Edge. We'll get into it here in a second, but I had to ask. Okay, Need for Speed. Again, not really a racer, and unfortunately, Veg isn't here. But it looks pretty standard Need for Speed, just with some awesome kick-ass next-gen graphics. I mean, it really does. But now they called it the definitive Need for Speed game. This was going to be it. This was the end-all, be-all.
Next time when they have a Need for Speed, we'll have to remind them that.
Yeah, we'll have to have a new adjective for it.
I don't know. Like I said, they call it definitive. We'll see. I thought as far as the Need for Speed goes, wasn't it Hot Pursuit was like the big one, the popular? Again, just spitballing. I don't know.
The only Need for Speed I ever tried was Need for Speed Online, and I couldn't get it to work.
See, so that tells you something. Way to go, EA. Way to go.
Electronic Arts for you.
All right. So, one that I'm really excited for, this should be kind of cool. Star Wars The Old Republic Knights of the Fallen Empire is coming out.
There you go.
That's right.
And
we have an expansion for the Old Republic.
Yep.
Everyone's favorite MMO that went free to play. Still fun.
We had a lot of people in 6 that played that too. So
yeah,
a few people stopped playing WoW to play this.
Oh yeah.
I really wanted it to be KOTOR 3.
Well, I do too, but you know. Now what this is, they said more story is going to be promised in this game, right? We are pushing you more story than you know what to do with, in very BioWare style gameplay. So that'll be very interesting. It looked very cinematic, which will be really cool. They seem to stay very canon as far as where Knights of the Old Republic came from and where it's going. So that'll be really cool to see. But what I found very interesting was it's like they're brothers. I didn't catch which one. That's divided.
Neither
like
did
one
we.
goes Sith and the other one goes Jedi, and that's where they ended the trailer. So I don't know. It'll be kind of cool to see how the story plays out, though. I'm really excited for it. October of this year coming out. So
Very nice.
get it ready. All right, so then they announced, EA, that they have a new IP coming out called Unravel. Now, Unravel is weird. It's a puzzle platforming game that's very, very similar to Little Big Planet, if you guys have played that. Now, I have to bring this up. The creative director who was showing off this game, this poor guy was terrified. Absolutely terrified. No, he's not American. I couldn't catch his accent. Maybe French, but this poor guy, he's shaking on stage. He's kind of stumbling a bit. But what do you expect? You're announcing at E3. So I feel for him. I really do. I had to note that. I felt bad. But anyway.
In a super off chance he ever sees this, good job, dude.
Dude, seriously, awesome job. You really did well. And one of the cool things that I really took to heart, he said that he wanted a game that made you feel something for the characters, and that was their driving force behind the game, and that's what everybody on the team wants. So what it is you play this little yarn character, and as you progress through the level, there's a string coming out, and you unravel yourself as you go. Right? Now, one interesting thing, you can take the yarn and throw it up onto a twig to rappel across different chasms and stuff. But one of the interesting things, and they never mentioned it, is do they have a consequence for going too far or exploring too much that maybe you unravel yourself completely? They didn't really say.
Interesting.
It would be interesting to see. Or maybe I'm just making it too complicated. No, but it looked fun. It looked like a lot of fun. And again, it's a cute little platformer, very family friendly. Should be a lot of fun.
And definitely, I want to plug their website, unravelgame.com, just simply because it's kind of cool that you can scroll through it the way you do.
Oh, yeah, I haven't been to their website. I'll have to...
Yeah, it has a trailer. Okay. It's got some explanation of the gameplay, stuff like that. There's not too much there, but the website's pretty cool anyway.
Yeah. All right, so right after they're done with Unravel, and just before they did Unravel, they keep showing, little, clip shows as the speakers come out, and you keep hearing a specific song, which I had to bring up. They kept playing Danger Zone from Top Gun, always, and they keep associating it with Plants vs. Zombies. They've got a new Garden Warfare game coming out, and of course, Danger Zone. It was awesome. I loved it. But we'll get into that here in a second.
You're in the zone.
Oh, I love it. The Danger Zone! Thank you, Archer. May you live in infamy. Okay.
Yep.
This part... okay, this is why
Show's
I hate
favorite.
EA. This is exactly why I hate EA. EA Sports.
This is the only reason why you don't like EA?
I fucking hate sports games. I can't even begin to describe to you how much I hate sports games. I am so bad at them. They make zero sense to me, and they're such a huge moneymaker. I
know.
I don't. But I took notes on it for you guys albeit very brief, because your sports games haven't changed. Let's be honest. They're the same games. But they keep claiming innovation. So, okay, NHL 2016. It looks really, really good, but it's still a hockey, okay?
Hey, what's wrong with hockey?
Hockey's hockey. Live hockey is fun. I enjoy going to a hockey game.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it.
There's nothing wrong with hockey.
Played in a game, I don't care. I'd rather play, soccer or something. But okay.
Would you really rather play Madden?
No. I'm terrible at Madden. Okay.
Joe's got to take it.
I have to for this. Okay, PGA. They have a new PGA game coming out. What I found really, really interesting about this is the new Frostbite engine to power this PGA game. Cool. If you guys haven't seen what the Frostbite engine can do, there are tons of YouTube videos on it. It'll blow you away easily. Frostbite's really cool.
So the last time I played a PGA game, it was on a Macintosh computer. Before they were called Mac Classics, because it was just the Macintosh computer.
Yeah.
And there was a DRM on it, where before you could play the game, it would say, what was the stroke count of Phil Mickelson on the fourth hole of the 1976 Masters Tour, or whatever like that, and you had to get out. It had in the instruction manual. Well, whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was in the instruction manual. It had the scores for each hole for the last 30 years, and you'd have to page through it and put in 6 strokes or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty clever actually. I like it. Old school DRM.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, they have a new FIFA game coming out
with the women.
Still FIFA.
Looks
cool. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, let's bring that up. So one of the big things is we talked
about this last week or something.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, we talked about this previously.
Interesting though. Yes, they're bringing out women. They will have the female players, but to introduce this FIFA game, Ron, did you see who they brought out to introduce this?
I did not.
They brought out Pele himself to E3 to talk about this. Pele.
That's
that
amazing.
was cool. That was cool. Yeah, I was really impressed. So Pele came out. He talked about some of the things that he experienced while playing. He's the one, if you guys don't know, who coined the term "a beautiful game" when he was talking about soccer in the World Cup. He called it a beautiful game, and it stuck.
He's a legend in the world of soccer.
He's amazing. If you guys haven't seen what Pele can do, go look it up. This guy was good. Yeah, so FIFA should be cool. NBA Live 16 will be coming out. Again, it's a basketball game just like the ones that they released prior. But what they introduced, and again, they keep pushing on these innovations, this new NBA game has an app that's coming out on your phone with this facial recognition software. So what you do is you take a picture of yourself on the phone, and it goes through and it encodes your picture and sends it to your console and puts your face on a character.
Yep.
And you can literally be in the NBA.
Now I have to say this because Microsoft must have spent all their money on Pele. Because did you see who they brought out for NBA Live?
No.
Some actor who calls himself the Hoop God.
G-A-W-D. Oh, yes, that guy. Yeah.
That was so ridiculously bad.
I was wondering who that guy was. I'm like, is he a rap star? I'm
exactly
unfamiliar.
2 years younger than Andrew Garfield.
But yeah, it'll be really cool to see how far they can take it. They did say that you can customize your characters with specific actions. Or like custom actions so that they can dance around when they make a shot. Whatever. A lot of work definitely went into this for an NBA game, but still some cool little changes and improvements.
If you can't do 30 flips and make the ball explode, it's not worth my time.
I don't think it goes that far.
He's heating up.
When you say that, yeah, he's on fire.
He's on fire.
That was a good game. I played that. Okay,
NBA
so
Jam.
let's go ahead and move on to mobile sections. Because, of course, EA has a very large library of mobile games across all your different devices. Um, Again, FIFA 15.
By the way, screw you, EA, for taking away Bookworm.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what happened to Bookworm?
I don't have no.
They discontinued Bookworm Heroes.
I never got that big into Bookworm, though.
I had it somewhere. Can I not play it anymore?
Nope, it's gone. They took it offline.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Damn.
I don't know. I didn't play it that
Lame.
much, so I'm not all that hurt. But okay, so FIFA 15, they got mobile. They have a mobile version of Need for Speed that's coming out. Let's see. They've got more and more stuff that they're doing for The Sims. Always fun. Don't know if you guys have played it. They have their mobile SimCity, of course, and that's coming out with some new content. There's the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game that they announced, but they didn't say anything more than that. So gameplay coming soon, I'm sure. What's going on, how it works. But they did talk a lot about this new game by these very unfamiliar characters called the Minions.
Unfamiliar, huh?
Yep, unfamiliar, because nobody knows who.
No one knows who the hell we're talking about.
Right. It looked really, really cool. So it's called Minions Paradise. I don't know exactly what the story was. You get trapped on some desert island somewhere. Something happens, typical Minions. But it's a Minions building game similar to The Simpsons. It's going to be... I hate to say it. It's silly. It's cartoony. It's the Minions. Like, I don't know how you could hate on this, but...
Right.
Yeah, it's coming out.
It's coming out by EA. That's how you can hate on it.
Well, yeah, probably. But still, it looked like fun. Like, I'm kind of excited to pick it up. We'll see. It depends if they're charged. It better be free to play. But, yeah. And that's pretty much it for mobile. So, Madden. I forgot about Madden. They have the Draft Champions is what they're adding into this new version of Madden. So it's a fantasy draft that you can now do. It's supposed to sync up with real-time stats, and you can draft your own teams, and then you can take your drafted teams and play them against your friends in your fantasy league. So, again, yeah, something interesting. We'll see how they do it. They did say that there's going to be certain tweaks based on certain people, depending on how well they're doing. If they're, overpowered, getting too many points, they'll adjust it. But, yeah. Okay, so finally, Mirror's Edge 2. My stream crashed. In fact, everybody's crashed. Twitch went down. Looked like a DDoS. Yeah, so we missed the very beginning of Mirror's Edge 2. And I was kind of hurt about that. Like, everybody in chat, of course, blew up, went ape shit insane. It was kind of funny. Then, halfway through, all of a sudden, boom, stream comes up, and you hear something very... There are no levels, and there are no loading screens in the new Mirror's Edge.
It's cool.
Very cool. I like it. Like, that'll be really cool. Still Mirror's Edge as far as first-person play, first-person combat and stuff like that, except this one is going to be an origin story that's coming out February 23rd, 2016. But again, for me, it's still just Mirror's Edge. So, I don't know if I'll get it. We'll see. But yeah,
it's a Game of the Year edition.
Cool. I was very impressed. At least, levels, no loading screens. It's a free world. Do what you want in there, and that's going to be really, really cool. Okay, so do you guys know who Dice Games is?
Sure.
Yeah, kind of. These are the guys who did Star Wars Battlefront.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, the new one, has just been announced. Oh my God, head exploded.
Kind of amazing.
It kind of doesn't even push it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's get into this. Frostbite Engine. That's what we know so far. I love Frostbite Engine. We just went over this. So one of the big things that DICE kept pitching version, they want you to get into this game. They want you to feel like you're a part of it. They want you to have a vested interest in everything going on. total immersion. Again, these graphics, holy Christ, you guys, it looks amazing. They're going to have 40-player multi in the game, so you can literally have a mass raid on different areas. There is going to be flying. You are going to be able to play as heroes as well as your favorite villain characters. Yes, Vader is a playable character, as well as Skywalker and everybody else. But these are going to be more of, these are going to be kind of a play your way style missions. If you want to go in fully stealth, you can go in fully stealth. If you want to run and gun, go ahead and do that. It's however you want to attempt these missions. I'm not going to nudge you one way or another, is what they were saying. Now, the gameplay that I was watching was done on a PS4, and it was amazing. But they are pushing it on Xbox. They're pushing it on PlayStation as well. So I hope they'll push it on PC. I really, 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 really do. But we'll see. And then just after they said all that, the stream died again.
Awesome.
It got taken down again. So I ended up switching over to YouTube to finish E3 because that was the only way. Anyway.
I think we're done with EA, right?
I think that's EA. Yeah, cool. Notes closed.
Excellent.
All right, Ubisoft. I don't know what to say about Ubisoft. They have their ups and their downs for me. But let's get into something very interesting. Both of my co-hosts here will remember a very specific game called King's Quest.
So old.
Yeah, DOS-based game. Goes way back. A lot of fun, though. I always liked King's Quest 3, I think, was my introduction. But it was a lot of fun. A weird-ass talking owl. It was weird, but a lot of fun. Anyway, A Night to Remember is coming out here very soon. They are rebooting that franchise and bringing it back. So they even kind of teased that they will have like a remastered version of the old ones, but it was like a real quick kind of over-the-shoulder thing. We'll see. So meanwhile, before they really got really crazy, they showed off this deal where all the people from Ubisoft, which is a French-Canadian French company, they were reading off mean tweets, similar to what we did with our Twitch stuff, and all the bad shit everybody says about Ubisoft, because everyone loves to hate about Ubisoft. And these things were hilarious. So what?
They make it easy.
Well, they do. I mean, Ubisoft has had a lot of problems. Look at any Assassin's Creed or, Far Cry or whatever. But anyway, they were reading these mean tweets, and they had the CEO read one that like he should stop making games and kill himself, and his response was just absolutely hilarious. I can't spoil it though. And then what was really interesting, of course, they have my favorite, Aisha Tyler. You guys know who she is, right?
Of course.
No, if you watch Archer, okay. Yeah, Aisha Tyler, I love her. She's kind of become.
She's the host of Who's Line, the new Who's Line.
Oh, is she now? I didn't know that. I haven't seen that show in forever.
What isn't she doing?
Yeah, I mean, no kidding. But
it's kind of interesting because one of the things that Kathy couldn't give a damn about E3, but she brought up Aisha Taylor.
Yeah.
And how connected she was with the gaming fans.
Oh, she is. She's a gamer. I mean, she plays, and she's played quite a wide variety of games.
This is her fourth year headlining Ubisoft's E3.
Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. Now, she announced a couple of my favorite people, my favorite comedians, my favorite writers, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, for the new South Park game. Yeah.
Awesome.
Stick of Truth has a sequel.
Nice.
Oh, I couldn't believe that. So, what's interesting about this one is it's called The Fractured But Whole.
Wait, what?
Yep.
Wait, The Fractured what?
The Fractured But Whole.
What?
Is the new title. BUTWHOLE.
There's been so many people talking People are going to talk about it and have no idea.
I
Show
thought
had,
that was genius.
Show also had no idea until he said it.
Oh my!
No, I know exactly what it was as soon as they announced it. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
God.
I love these two. So what it is,
Gonna love this.
it opens up with a picture of the stick of truth floating in a toilet bowl, right?
Nice.
And as it floats by, you see Cartman reach in there, grabs the stick, and he goes, "Hey, what motherfucker put this in the toilet? This is a holy relic!" And then it cuts forward, and it's the Coon & Friends, which is Cartman's superhero alias, now in the South Park game. So they're taking it from the Stick of Truth, and you're still playing the New Kid in Town if you guys haven't played it. But this new game picks up right at the end of Stick of Truth, and they have a cool little linking thing into it. But yeah, it looks absolutely. It was going to be a lot of fun.
If the name's any
enjoyed
indication.
Yeah, the Fractured But Whole. New South Park.
Don't do that
It's
while I'm
awesome.
drinking.
I even showed it to my wife. My wife rolled her eyes and walked away. It was great.
Oh my god,
All right,
that's terrible.
so Ubisoft announced a new IP, and I quote, they're inventing a new genre for this game coming out called For Honor. Now this looked really
Based on the
interesting.
real world experience of my World of Warcraft raiding guild.
Right, just about. You wish they were that good.
I mean, that's the name of my guild, For Honor.
No, yeah. Okay, so this game, this is interesting. It's kind of a hack and slash, very similar to Dynasty Warriors. I've never been big into those games, admittedly, but I gotta try this one. So what this is it's Dynasty Warriors / MMO / team style fighting, where you can play or fight against medieval knights, Vikings, and samurai, all put together in this one little game. Unfortunately, it looks like it might be constantly, and it might be online multiplayer only, but they didn't say anything more specific than that.
I mean, it's a new game. They
Yeah.
can do whatever they want.
Right. Again, new IP,
No
new
expectations
genre. I don't know, but apparently it is. So that'll be weird. Let's talk expansions for the games we currently. Start off with The Crew, another driving game. Haven't played it. Heard it's really good. But they're getting a new expansion. Yeah, I don't know. It's called The Wild Run. It's a crew game. Another racing game. Now, Fusion is getting an expansion. I never would have thought.
Trials Fusion,
but
yeah.
Trials Fusion, yeah.
No, I popped this into the on our Facebook page at facebook.com/6gaminggg, and it
Nice
came
plug.
up with a picture that makes me say, "What the fuck?"
It was
I mean,
a
there's
weird.
double rainbow. What does it mean?
It was a weird intro. It's not even a double
It's like a
rainbow. They
unicorn.
showed a triple rainbow unicorn. Like, it was really interesting. Yeah, but hey,
I mean, this kind of looks like the Pyro intro for Team Fortress.
What's that?
This looks like the Pyro intro for Team Fortress, and the trailer
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I mean, just looking at it, it looks like it's going to be a great game. If you like Trials Fusion, you know what I mean. I'll play it for a bit. It's fun to play, but
Yep.
I don't invest. Okay, now Tom Clancy's The Division. Have you guys been following this at all?
Nope.
Oh, man, I am really excited for this. So, The Division is going to be really, really interesting. What it is this is going to be an online open-world action RPG. Wow. What that means is you're going to be able to work with all of your friends doing missions. You kind of run around, explore, do whatever you want to. But what it is you get to work with either the government, or you can either work with the government or against the government in gathering all these little missions and little objectives, right? But what it is it's kind of this post-apocalyptic world. There's like a virus come out and it's spread across all of mankind, and you kind of have a quarantine zone and then all the survivors. So part of this game is going into this quarantine zone and doing whatever you want to do. And then one thing that they showed, though, is you got a team goes up, they kill off a bunch of enemies, secure the loot. Meanwhile, this other team comes in from behind. They decide that they want to help the first team secure this objective, right? Pretty interesting. So they help them kill off all the bad guys. And then they all go back to the helicopter for evac, and the first team decided that the second team got, so they killed off the second team. And then one guy on the first team decided he wanted what all of his teammates wanted, or what they had, so he killed off all his other teammates while they were getting on the helicopter, and then he got on the helicopter. So, yeah, it's entirely open world. It'll be interesting to see how this happens. Are we going to be overwhelmed by trolls? Are people actually going to play this thing, like I'm sure they want it to be? Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's not like any of the other Tom Clancy games that have come out before. By the way, hello Creeper, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you swinging by. Okay, so Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy's got a lot of games coming out, and I enjoy them. All right, Anno 2205. Ron, have you heard about the Anno series? Have you played those?
I actually watched the trailer to this game, and it basically looks like SimCity or Cities XL in the future.
Yep. In space. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's a city building game similar to SimCity or any of the others, like you said, except now they're taking this one out into the future. You can hit up the moon, the familiar areas within our solar system, or you can branch out beyond that, assuming that you make your own spacecraft, make your own spacecraft to get to those locations. So what they were touting is you can do this as far as your imagination and your engineering can take you. So that should be kind of cool. It's kind of like Kerbal Space Program meets SimCity, is how I took it. But yeah, that's a game. All right, so Ron, here's one that I know you're excited about, and that you're gonna pick it up on launch. Just Dance 2016.
What?
Crickets? Crickets? Really?
Crickets.
No, Just Dance, right? You play it. I mean, you Just Dance, right?
No.
All right. Well, if you do, videotape it because I gotta watch that. Yeah. So we're not dancers in here. All right. We're really not.
Not at all.
But they have new Just Dance. What I found interesting, the big takeaway, you don't need a camera anymore. So you can connect. You don't need the PlayStation Eye or whatever they're calling it now. You can actually play this game with your smartphone, weirdly enough, using its gyroscope and accelerometer and everything else. Now, they had some singer whatever come out while they were doing this presentation. I don't know who the fuck he is. I have no clue. He's just some dude singing pop music. I guess his name's Jason Derulo. I don't know. Whatever. Honestly, don't care. But anyway, they claim that Just Dance 2016 is officially the best-selling music game to date. Their words.
2016?
Yeah. What's that?
2016?
What, the new one? Yeah, Just Dance 2016.
Best-selling?
Well,
for a game that hasn't come out yet.
They claim no, that Just Dance, the series.
Oh, the series, okay.
The best-selling music game to date. And seriously, who the fuck is Jason Derulo? I really want to know. Is he actually something that
he sings that one with a lot of squeaky saxophone about
the do.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
He has sex with a lot of women that don't understand English.
Oh,
that's the main message of the song. Is that he doesn't care if they speak English. He will just go have sex with them.
So that's a great person to bring out for E3.
Yeah, let's promote rape culture. Fuck it. Anyway, All right, so let's talk about the new Rainbow Six. I glanced over this very briefly. Um, okay, so let's get to the gameplay real quick. It's they're going to have Chem Warfare. Is going to be part of this game. Chem Warfare is very bad. Um, everything in the game, everything is supposed to be destructible.
I don't
Walls,
believe it.
cars, windows, everything. The
They
whole
said that
game.
about games all the way back to Red Faction.
But that's what they're claiming. Everything's destructible, and this is going to be the most challenging AI in a Rainbow Six game ever.
I
Now,
would hope so.
When they were showing
Being
off,
the latest.
right, you know, they were showing off the trailers for this and some of the gameplay. It looks very similar to a cops and robbers team-based game. You know, one team has a hostage, you play the infiltration team, you knock out a wall, kill off the bad guys as they come, get the hostage out.
So Rainbow Six.
Yeah. Now, what was interesting, though, that I found is they had a very, very interesting in the game. It goes by the name of Angela Bassett. I know you guys know who she is.
Mhm.
Yeah, she is now the key figure in the Rainbow Six series. She's the boss of the team. Now, one thing I had to note, though, is why do we have so many celebrities suddenly gaming? Like,
And
as
they
actors
made-
in these games? Because there's
They
been
made a
lot.
huge article on this too, like Trey Parker and Matt Stone around here as well, South Park creators.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of celebrities
Well, and
coming out for Ubisoft.
I mean, it's weird though because we have Angela Bassett. We have what's his name in the last Call of Duty? Shit.
Ow. Moving on.
I don't know. Moving on. They have a lot of celebrities. I don't know why I suddenly blanked.
Well, I mean, I think part of it is just that it's becoming a medium that people are like, oh, well, I can be involved in this too, and it won't adversely affect my career. Like if you played Saints Row 4 or
Yeah.
Saints Row 3, like Burt Reynolds and
Yeah, but Burt Reynolds was in Archer too. I mean.
yeah, well, and
I mean,
also I want to say David Anderson, but that's the character he is in Mass Effect. What's the he's in Community. He's the voice of the Arbiter. He does a lot of voiceover work.
Oh, I know. I think I know who you're talking about. But I don't know. It's weird seeing all these celebrities. Like, if it's becoming acceptable, like you guys were saying, something that they know is going to reach a group of people, so they just do it for the money. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. It's just weird. That's all. Okay, so they announced a new version of the game that I never heard of this game before.
I'm surprised you haven't heard
What
of
the
this
fuck
game.
this is. It's called Trackmania.
Sure.
Yeah, no idea.
It's free
That's
on
it.
Steam.
No.
It's basically an
Really?
arcadey mini racing game. By mini, I mean like the races are like usually under a minute. You have to do like these trick moves and stuff like that. And
Well, it looked
really
interesting.
interesting.
You know, watching the gameplay or whatever, but
It was fun to play. I got a good bit of mileage out of it when it's been a long time since I played anything Trackmania, but when I
Okay.
did, it was fun.
yeah, again, I'm not really a driving kind of a gamer, so I guess I've never been a part of that to know the game. But-
Yeah.
Okay, so prepare yourselves, you guys, because
Uh-oh.
Assassin's Creed is coming out again.
And they're coming to
Yes!
London.
This is okay. First of all, look, it's an Assassin's Creed game. I'm gonna buy it. All right, yes, I'm gonna buy it. Have
You're a
my
sucker.
money. But seriously, this is becoming like it. This is almost as bad as Call of Duty at this point. It's almost every year. Let's put out a new Assassin's Creed. And
What's what is inherently wrong about releasing something once a year?
It's like a new season of a show.
yes, but you can't innovate. You can't really build, suspense or expectations because really all you're doing is just changing story, and it becomes cookie cutter.
Again, it's like a TV show. Are there TV shows that you like?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I can't see it that way. For some reason, I don't know. But yeah, London, 1868. This is a big part of the Industrial Revolution, for those that don't know your history. But it should be really, really cool. Other than that, though, again, very Assassin's Creed. Talk about anything major and new.
I'm waiting for there eventually in a couple of years there to be a game where you climb around New York City, Boston, Chicago, like as they are today. I think that's just going to be the end game.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they don't have too many more years and significant events to go through if they're already at the Industrial Revolution.
Right.
So we'll see how that goes.
But who says that they have to go forward? They could go backwards and do some stuff that they missed.
Yeah,
caves.
I'm kind of with Pent though. Like, I'd love to see a modern day Assassin's Creed, how you would do that and what you would do. Be interesting. All right, Ghost Recon again, another Tom Clancy. Ghost Recon though, this one looked amazing. Like, it was really, really cool. It looked to play very much like Far Cry, the new Far Cry games if you played them. Except it seemed like a bit more action intense. Go, 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 blow up, shoot, shoot. It's nonstop. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, but I think that will do it for Ubisoft, unless you guys got anything else.
Nope.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Another big one.
All right. PlayStation.
Sony.
PlayStation. I hate to say it. PlayStation 1 E3 for me.
I think most people agree.
And that's the general consensus, is that PlayStation beat everyone out.
These guys blew it out of water. It was amazing. Okay, so the first guy that they had out, and I didn't catch who he was for PlayStation, but this guy was very uptight, very professional, very business, like, and I'm like, that's not how you should do an E3. You should have fun and, be happy about the stuff.
There's one guy. There's one guy that comes out at BlizzCon every year who's the exact same way, completely stuffy and businesslike, and no one likes it when he's up there and stuff like that.
Dude, you're at a con, spice it up a little.
Have fun, yeah.
Yeah, but whatever. Okay, so, all right, I took notes on this as it was happening, and this was pretty cool. Okay, so my first thought as this game started playing is, what the fuck is this game? What am I watching? Right? Can't figure this out. There's some giant flying cat or something like that. And then they keep saying that it's this long-awaited game, right?
Oh, it's a sequel to Shadow of the Colossus.
Well, that's kind of what it was looking, and that's what I put in there. It kind of looks like Shadow of the Colossus, and then it looks pretty interesting. Okay, it's getting my interest. And then it's called The Last Guardian. No idea. But apparently...
It's Ico.
Right. Yeah, it's part of this old series. I never played them, honestly. I never did. But this one looks like I might have to get it. It's really, really cool. Style kind of looks like Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. So, then a company called Guerrilla Games. I'm not too familiar with what they've done. But they come out announcing a new franchise that's going to be a stealthy game. This one's weird, though, because you are the last group of humans in a mechanical world. So they show this character, you're a female, and you're in the bushes kind of stealthing around, but all the animals that you're hunting are mechanical. They're robots. Very, very, very weird, really intense. It looked really cool. Yeah, but I guess apparently all the humans are gone except for a small group, and the robots have taken over. And this game is called Horizon Zero Dawn. And it really,
looks
really
interesting.
Yeah, like, I kind of want to buy it, pick it up and play. I
don't know if it's...
I'm going to say that about a lot of the PlayStation, just as a disclaimer.
Yes, it's definitely a different type of game.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost Final Fantasy.
I actually know someone who's going to play this. I know someone who's going to play this. One of the guys that I played Descent with. Yeah. He'll play. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. It'll be interesting. Okay. Now, again, they're not just saying, okay, PlayStation never said, okay, here's a game, and then here's how it plays. instead what they did was, here's a movie. Hey, surprise! Let's talk about this. Right? This is our game. So it opens up and you hear. Well, first they say, okay, Square Enix is going to come out and talk about their games. If you guys don't know, and I don't know how you don't, Square Enix are the guys who do Final Fantasy and a huge other bunch of games. But they said, okay, Square Enix is going to come out and talk about this game. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, Square Enix, this will be cool, right? Let's get ready. And then you hear some dialogue going on a black screen, and she mentions a very specific number, 47. Does that mean anything to you guys?
No.
47 is used a lot in Star Trek because it's supposedly time corrected 42.
Oh, no, it's not Star Trek reference.
Hmm.
Okay, so watching this, and you hear this girl mention 47. I'm like, oh shit, is this really? And then they show this very specific bald-headed person in a very nice suit with a barcode on the back of his head.
Ah, yes.
Hitman is back! Oh, thank you, Square. They're bringing back a new Hitman game. Oh, I was so excited watching this. It looks in. If you guys, and spoiler alert, hint, if you guys haven't played these other games, 47 left the agency, right? And that's what was where he went kind of rogue and started to go against the agency in one of the games. Now, in this new game, he goes back to the agency. His very same employers that tried to kill him, and now he's working for them again.
Lovely.
End of the movie. Pre-orders are going to be out, as well as if you pre-order it, you get into the beta. So, very cool. I'm excited. I know you guys apparently don't play Hitman. I love the Hitman games. Those are a lot of fun. Okay, do you guys play fighting games at all?
I don't.
No? Yeah. I've broken too many controllers, especially over this game. They talked about the new Street Fighter V that's going to be coming out. This looks really, really cool. But they didn't really show if there's going to be any new characters to this.
Well, they've added Cammy and who else?
But Cammy's older.
And Birdie. They are older, but they haven't been playable in a while.
Well, that's true. It has been some time. Now, it looks like it's going to be exclusive to PlayStation 4 and PC. They're not doing Xbox.
Nope.
Which is kind of weird for a fighting game.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it'll be kind of cool.
I'd also like to point something else out here. And I told Show before the podcast, we're going to talk about Chen-Li's breasts. Because
yeah, we're going to have to.
They did something bizarre with their engine that caused her breasts to look like Jell-O.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They'll get it fixed.
Yeah.
I know they'll fix it, but...
And by fix, they'll make it worse.
Yeah, probably.
That gotta be fixed. That's just too...
That's dead or alive style.
Why would you even put that out, is my question.
Again, dead or alive style.
Yeah.
Come on,
They didn't
play
know
in these games.
That's a self-answering
Think
question.
about these. Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
breasts.
Yeah. Wow. It was weird. It was very awkward watching it. Okay, so they talked about a new game coming out called No Sky. MAN''S Sky. Now, No Man's Sky is going to be an open world sandbox, right? This big universe shooter. And what I found interesting, well, let me get to that here in a second. So what they said is you can pick your sides at will. So if you wanted to be on like the good guy government side or whatever it is, you could do that, and then switch over to the next guys for the next mission, or even in the middle of the mission. You just freely choose however you want to do it. So that'll be interesting. It kind of reminded me of like a Star Fox type game as far as flying around that stuff. It's okay. So what's interesting? So you have this massive galaxy that they put together. Okay. First, you can get out of your ship on any planet that you can find. Any planet you can find. You can get out of your ship and explore. And what's really cool about it is if you're the first person to hit that, that planet will then be tagged permanently with your name as the person who discovered that planet. That's really cool.
That's pretty neat.
It's kind of like the way Spore was, is that everything is procedurally generated, but rather than being populated with other people's creations, it generates each creation. Like each alien on any planet is generated. All their sounds are generated. All the terrain is generated as you explore it. But it's multiplayer.
Yeah, I never played it though, so that's probably why this seems new to me.
No, what I'm saying, this is that way. Spore was like, if you went to a planet, it wouldn't generate new guys. It would go out to the internet and find creatures that other players had created and just plop them down on the planet.
Oh, that's very cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, this looks really cool. Now, what I found interesting, again, they're touting fully destructible worlds. But when I say fully destructible worlds, I literally mean that world, the entire planet. You can shoot rocks, demolish mountainsides to mine ore. It's kind of a lot of research stuff. But a lot of these worlds are going to have protectors of these worlds that they're calling sentinels. And so if you start demolishing this world that's would otherwise hurt that planet, these sentinels are then dispatched after you. And that's kind of all they said. So it
really
should be really interesting. It looks really cool. Like, the game itself is amazing, and you can zoom out and you'll see all these little stars throughout the galaxy. And of course, he said that most of these stars have planets that are going to circle them. You are free to go wherever you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a huge time sink between No Man's Sky, which I hope comes out on PC and isn't just on PS4, as well as Star Citizen. Those are two games that are I don't know how similar they'll be at launch, but the sort of gameplay and style seems similar. Yeah, and I'm excited for them.
Yeah, I was really hyped for this one. Like, they really kind of blew my mind. I was pretty impressed. If they can do it like they were showing off at E3, I'll be really impressed. Okay, so I put down a game here, and unfortunately my edits or my notes are really bad. So they announced a game called Firewatch. This game takes place in the Wyoming wilderness, but what's weird is you're stuck out in the wilderness with only a radio, like a little ham radio. There's a woman on the other side of this radio, and that's all you get as company to help you, is that woman died. It's kind of a cel-shaded looking game, but it's going to be a mystery genre, is what they said. But what they showed you wasn't a whole lot to really understand kind of what was going on.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the woman is actually Frank Fontaine.
Yeah, right. Would you kindly? Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. I'd like to see more on it. But I think they were very deliberately hush about some details because it's a mystery game.
So, now, did you mention Dreams?
Yeah, not yet. I was just getting there.
Okay.
Well, you want to bring it up?
No, I noticed you went out of order. That's why I said so.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. I don't know. It was next. Okay, so Dreams. Dreams was a really interesting promo when I was watching it. So it's the same guys who did Little Big Planet. They have this big, surreal, wonderful kind of a game. But what's weird is you're in the dreams of whatever. It's kind of like Mario Paint in a way. So what it is you can create your own pictures, and you kind of put all this stuff together into this like movie or cinematic kind of a thing that explored. It's really abstract. It has massive potential for some really cool like movies and ideas to come out of it. Excuse me. But again, it was weird. It has motion controls. That it reminded me a lot of like it was like a video game based on Van Gogh. It was
just a lot of
peculiar.
abstract stuff.
It really was. It's when call it a game though, it's a game in that you play with it and it's something that you interact with, but it's not a game. Like this is a creator, if you will. It's creation software. It's really really strange. It looks cool again, and that was one of my notes. This game has amazing potential to do some really interesting things. And see what people can do with it. Yeah, so that's Dreams. Okay, Destiny. If you guys play Destiny out there, they do have an update coming.
We know the brothers played it.
Who's that?
Paul and Rhett.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay. I have it. I haven't played it in a while. But this new expansion is called The Taken King. Basically, you killed the king's son in the current Destiny. Spoiler alert. And now the king wants revenge on you.
And what I've read is that this is actually adding a dimension of story that, honestly, Destiny's been lacking up to this point.
Probably. I mean, Destiny, there isn't really a story. They tried a story, but it feels real tacked on and kind of blah. But
this is their attempt at continuing to try to tack it on.
Right. Now, okay, I always take these notes because somebody pointed it out to me, and it's been stuck in my head. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it.
Right.
Have you guys actually looked at the Destiny logo?
Nope.
It looks exactly like Master Chief's crotch. Pull up a picture of Halo Master Chief, and then pull up the emblem of Destiny. Permanently ruined. I promise you.
Yep.
So,
That's it.
Someone pointed it out to me, and I can't unsee it now. It's the Master Chief's crotch. Okay. Jesus. All right, so during the PlayStation, they showed off more of the Assassin's Creed actual gameplay. It's interesting because they're kind of going back to Assassin's Brotherhood and kind of where it's at now. But you get someone's sister. I don't remember if it was your sister or someone else's, but her name was Evie. And what they showed in this trailer, Evie's a bit of a badass.
Yes.
You don't fuck with Evie, dude.
I watched this trailer, and she just wrecks everything in her path. It
was really cool to watch.
And her cane
I
sword
put that
is
in
just...
my notes. You don't fuck with Evie.
Oh, it was pretty
Yeah,
it
she
pretty
was
cool
impressive. Now, PlayStation 4 is getting an exclusive mission just for the new Assassin's Creed, but that's about all they've really announced on there.
Yep.
So, again, it was really cool. Go out and watch that trailer if you haven't.
Warning! Warning! Big announcement time. Warning!
No, we're not going there yet. Not going there yet. Well,
what do you have in front of it?
Kind of, but okay, so okay, look, you guys, they announced a new Final Fantasy game. And it was interesting, except my whole thing and the whole thought going through my head was, what the fuck is this cartoony shit? You can't call this Final Fantasy, but it is. I don't know. They haven't said if it's really, really mobile or what, but they call it the World of Final Fantasy.
What?
I mean, it'll be interesting. Anyway, it's coming out on the PS4 and the Vita, but it really looks like it should be on, a phone or something like that. Honestly, I don't know. I wasn't buying it, and why the hell are we ripping off World of Warcraft or World of Insert
Whatever.
here?
There are so many World of games right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, there really are. But whatever. Okay. Whew. I gotta breathe deep for this.
Yep. Go for it.
Final Fantasy VII Remake is finally coming to us. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god, what are you doing to your windscreen?
I am so happy. so
You didn't
happy,
answer the
like
question.
every other fanboy ever out there. We finally get a remake.
There you go.
Okay, I'm good. Holy shit!
You're
it
not
looks
the only
amazing.
person that went apeshit when they saw that this was coming out.
No,
So,
oh my god, the whole place blew up. It was amazing. I thank you for finally doing this. I
yep.
love Final Fantasy VII. It looked amazing. Even it was very very short, quick clips. Final 7, you guys. Oh, can't wait. Okay. Excuse me. Revolver Digital. Do you guys know about them?
Devolver. Devolver. With a D, not an R.
Revolver is something
Devolver.
different.
It is Devolver. I don't know why I wrote that in my notes the way it is. Yeah, they're the guys who came out with Speedrunners. If you guys haven't played that, that's a really cool game. Whole bunch of really cool stuff. They announced that Speedrunners, though, is coming to consoles, which will be really interesting, really cool. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to play the consoles with PC. So you'll have
That'll be nice.
multiple systems going. Yeah, it'll be really cool. They announced a new game coming out. Where'd it go in my notes? Called Mother Russia Bleeds. It looks really interesting game. I'm not quite describe it. I'd say just go out and find that trailer. It's interesting. They announced a new game called Crossing Souls. Really, they just kind of have a whole bunch of really quirky games coming out.
This one looks like an 8-bit Bethesda game.
Yeah, which one, Mother Russia Bleeds or whatever.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's a weird style, kind of like Papers, Please style. I don't know, it's interesting. Okay, so have you guys ever played Shenmue?
I have not.
RPG. It's a huge like cult classic again, kind of Final Fantasy cult classic. Like it's got its own very dedicated following. But they did the first 2 games and then that's it. They were cut from Sony's lineup. Well, the who is it? The guy who created the game, the developers and all that, they announced at PlayStation, which is weird, that they're going to be starting a Kickstarter campaign for the new Shenmue game, Shenmue 3. Now, here's my thing. I don't know Shenmue, but I have to ask, if PlayStation is helping these guys announce that they're doing a Kickstarter, and they used to be a PlayStation franchise, why wouldn't Sony just fund this instead of going through Kickstarter?
I have
They
no
did it for
idea.
2 other games.
Sounds like an experiment to me.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I said, this was PlayStation Z3 announcing that they're doing this Kickstarter.
I mean, if you look at the Kickstarter, there's 26 days left to go in it. They wanted to hit a $2 million goal. They're up to 3.4 million.
Yeah. Again, there's a huge crowd that plays this. I've never played it, but I don't know. Just to me, it seemed weird. Like, why would you do a Kickstarter when you guys could easily finance this? All right.
It's
I want to get to this.
It's the 14th most funded thing on Kickstarter, and it still has 20. Yes, ever, and it still has 26 days to go.
That's actually
Crazy.
pretty impressive. I like it. All right, so this next game, I'm gonna get to it in a bit because it's pretty recent, upcoming. Okay, so Project Morpheus. Have you guys heard about this? It's
Nope.
PlayStation's answer to the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, it's their VR.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before on the podcast.
Now, they were kind of touting this as the Oculus killer for PlayStation. They were really pushing that hard. Except what they said very, very specifically, like they underlined this. This was designed for the PS4.
Right.
The whole idea, the whole ambition. It's going to be interesting. They announced a game called Rigs, R-I-G-S. It's going to be a battle arena with VR. It should be kind of interesting to see how that works. But that's about all they really said. They just kind of showed off little stuff here and there. Yeah. Okay. So, PlayStation is getting Black Ops 3 exclusively. The new Call of Duty will be a PlayStation exclusive, which is interesting. it's really interesting. First, it's Treyarch and Activision that are doing this game. If you guys don't know, the whole rivalry, Call of Duty, has two sides to it. You either like the Treyarch version or you like the other guy's version. And everybody's really divided on that. Me, I like the Treyarch stuff, but I never thought that they would go PlayStation exclusive. But it's very much your standard Call of Duty game. It is going to have multiplayer co-op on this one. Looks like only up to 4 different characters. Yeah, it should be interesting to see. Really interesting to see.
But then again, another Call of Duty, another year
right.
going by.
I mean, yeah, another year, another life. So, Dan, you should be pretty happy about this one. They did a really, really, really quick sex little teaser. It very much looks like they're getting ready to put out sex.
Mankind Divided is the name of it.
Yeah.
Every time you said Deus Ex, my audio dropped for a second, so it sounded like you said they're putting out a sex teaser. I was like, why do you think I'm really interested in that?
Why wouldn't you be interested?
Why wouldn't you be
I
interested?
I know, but why me specifically? I don't know.
I know Coles would be interested in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it'll be a cool little game, I think. If the last one's anything like it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Okay, so do you guys play horror games?
Nope.
I know I don't. I'm terrible at horror games. Well, they got a new horror game coming out called Until Dawn, and they just kind of showed some really quick little things. I don't know. Should be interesting. It's kind of like the surreal horror type stuff. But we'll see. Okay, so Star Wars and Infinity have teamed up. If you guys didn't see that coming, Disney, really? Star Wars? No.
Yeah.
Okay, this is called Twilight of the Republic, which is basically episodes 1 through 3 of the Clone Wars in Disney Infinity. And then they have Rise of the Empire, a whole nother game, which is episodes 4 through 6. And promoting this, they're coming out with like starter packs, little bundles with the game and all your little characters that are going to be coming out at launch as well. So if you don't yet own Disney Infinity or the base station or any of that, you can now do that with the Star Wars packs that are coming out. Then the new Star Wars Battlefront, again, November 17th.
You're ready for it.
Graphics, looks a lot of fun. Have to get it. And then the last one, of course, Batman coming out on Tuesday. You guys, Arkham Knight finally coming out. Should be amazing. You've got co-op, you've got driving, you've got flying, you've got multiplayer, just like always. This is gonna be insane. It's got
always.
The Joker. It's got Harley.
Uh-oh.
Quinn.
We can't.
Okay.
Show him back.
Anyway, my pre-order
thinking
lets
about
me
Harley
play
Quinn.
as Harley Quinn. You damn right. Really looking forward to it.
Nice.
So Tuesday, go get it if you haven't already. I'm hoping Steam will give me a pre-download. Yeah, PlayStation. Very cool.
There you go.
Okay, so as the resident Nintendo, I guess, expert all of a sudden, because I'm the only one that's got it out of us, Nintendo
I have to
has
say
some
this.
interesting stuff.
I have to say this. Last but certainly least.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they didn't have a great showing at E3, but they did have some interesting stuff.
But I mean, we've talked before that Nintendo lags. Like,
Well, they do.
They have a cruddy problem with not good games, and then over time they fix their console, they upgrade it, and then they get good games.
Right. Well, part of what everyone was expecting was a new console announcement, because everyone knows they have a new console they're working on, should be out. They didn't even touch it at this year's show, which is kind of depressing. I was really hoping they would, but whatever. So what they opened up with is a game that's a personal favorite of mine. They opened up with Star Fox. The new version of Star Fox, though, the R-Wing ship or whatever, transforms into all kinds of different stuff. It'll turn into a mech, it'll turn into a tank, it'll turn into this water cruiser, all this cool stuff. Or if you want, you could just get out and run around on the world on foot. Should be really interesting. I don't know. It looks cool. Now, what was interesting, though, is Miyamoto was talking about it, and when they were showing the videos, what you see on your TV, because if you guys know, the Wii U has the gamepad with the screen built into it. What goes on the TV is third person, but you're playing in what the rest of the world is doing. Your cockpit view and how you aim and shoot is on the screen on your gamepad. So you have to aim and look around with your gamepad to play, to shoot, and do all that other craziness. So it's kind of a weird take on how to play this, but it should be kind of interesting.
I feel like your arms are going to get tired.
What?
Your arms are going to get tired.
Yeah, probably after a while. Okay,
that thing's
so
big. I mean, that thing's not a small screen.
No, it's not at all. I like my Wii U. It's fun. It's got its uses. Okay, so they did announce a new Metroid game. But it is not coming out on the Wii U. This is coming out on the 3DS. Even more interesting, you're not playing as Samus. You're playing as a member of the squad in that government,
After Other M didn't do well,
whatever they are.
They really ought to have said, oh, well, maybe we should just make a regular Metroid game. But no.
Nope. Yeah,
this is
not
Nintendo we're talking about here.
Right.
Yeah, they don't learn lessons.
So this is going to be 3DS. It's going to have multiplayer co-op as well as multiplayer battles. So it'll have a little PvP thing. I don't know. We'll see. I have hope. I have to. I love the Metroid series. So please make it decent, even though I'm sure it won't be. All right. The Mario section of Nintendo, because Lord knows you got to have a Mario section when you're talking Nintendo. One thing that looks really cool that I've got to get, Mario Creator is coming out September 11th.
Actually renamed it Super Mario Maker.
Yeah, something like that. It's really, really interesting. You can switch between 64 Mario graphics, regular NES Mario graphics, Super NES, GameCube graphics, and you can just sit there and make your own levels. And that's all it is, really, is make your own stuff and put it out there and share with other people and see if you can make something challenging or just something fun or something weird. And yeah,
kind of a neat sandboxy thing.
What's that?
Kind of a neat sandboxy thing.
Yeah, it is, and I really think I'm gonna get it. I mean, why not? It should be cool. Okay, so they announced a new Mario and Luigi game called Paper Jam. It's kind of weird. It's Mario RPG combined with Paper Mario, literally combined. Yes. You will play as Mario, as your normal 3D Mario, whatever, and one of your counterparts, helper, is Paper Mario and Paper Luigi and all that stuff. And you go through the game doing your RPG thing. I mean, it's an interesting take, but come on, you guys, you're recycling at this point. You know.
Well, I mean, after having
Nintendo
Mario games
recycles.
for 20 years.
Yeah.
30 years.
I mean, I know there's enough you can do. They have a tennis game coming out. Enough said.
Right.
Okay, so there's a new Yoshi's World coming out. Now, Yoshi hasn't really had his own dedicated game since Super Mario World 2. That was really, really, truly Yoshi.
Yoshi World on
yeah,
DS.
Well, okay, I don't count the DS. That's handheld to me. But anyway, so what they did was they took, instead of doing like the Paper Mario and all that stuff, Yoshi is now a ball of yarn.
Like
you have a yarn.
Kirby.
Wait. Didn't we go
Very
over this
similar
game?
to the Kirby.
We went over this game.
No, there's another yarn creature.
Yeah, there's another yarn game.
Oh my god.
Yep.
There's
So
also
2015
Kirby.
is the year of the yarn.
Kirby's
Yeah.
Epic Yarn a couple of years ago.
Yep, exactly. Very, very similar to that, in fact. But
It's cute.
it's cute. So instead of having little eggs that follow behind him, like in the old games, you get little balls of yarn, is what you get. And just Yeah, it's a cute little game. There's supposed to be co-op on it.
It just sounds like this game's gonna be a big yarner.
Yeah.
You're a yarner.
Run. Really. All right. Amiibo. I finally got my first Amiibo. I can't get him. He's hidden away in the back. But I got my little Link Amiibo. It's awesome, especially in Super Smash Brothers. Leveling him up.
What's the point of them?
Okay, so what they are, they're just little characters on the pedestal. In that pedestal, they have an NFC tag that you can write data to.
Right.
And it kind of like a memory card. But all they are is, how do I put it? Okay, so Super Smash Brothers.
Cash grab? They're a cash grab? Maybe? Just a little bit.
Cash grab.
That's kind of what they are.
Yeah.
So Super Smash Brothers, I have my little Link Amiibo, and I put the Amiibo on the little gamepad, and it creates a version of Link in that game that I can customize and tailor and all that. And then I can send him out and do battles. It's like an AI thing, and he does battles, and then based on how I change him and tweak him, he wins and loses any level up. And then you put your Amiibo back on the gamepad, and it saves that data to it. And you just kind of go back and forth like that. It's an obvious attempt at getting more money. It's this weird, quirky thing.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
I bet it's popular with kids.
Explain it, but I went out and bought it anyway. But the Amiibos, they do have some new statues coming out. Some of them are just changes on current ones, like a new version of DK and stuff like that. But they are promising that the Amiibos are going to have integration in most of the upcoming Nintendo titles. So the vast majority are going to have some form of Amiibo integration in some form or another. One thing that they did talk about that I found interesting is they have a game coming out, and I didn't catch what it was. Excuse me. It's an expansion to Hyrule Warriors. They
just talked about that a few times.
Yeah, the little Zelda hack and slash game. But some of the new Amiibos that are coming out give you changes and extra gear or weapons that you can put on your Hyrule hero.
That's pretty cool.
And just kind of play it that way. Yeah, they're interesting. They're kind of cool. Animal Crossing. I've never played it. I don't care to play it. But Animal Crossing coming out on the 3DS. It's still very much like the old Animal Crossing if you guys are fans of that. It's pretty much the same. They just opened up the world more, gave you more stuff to do, more stuff to customize and create and all that. New Fire Emblem game is coming out if you guys are fans of that franchise. That's going to be out on the Wii U exclusive, it looks like. And then the last one that I caught was a weird game called Yokai Watch. Now, the only way that I can describe this game is it's Pokemon with Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay?
And I watched the trailer for this. I mean, this is very much aimed at kids.
Yeah,
But it does look a lot like a Pokemon type game, which makes me weep and crawl into the fetal position.
Coles is for you.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of a dedication to Coles. So it's
right.
You have like literally like a watch, and I don't even remember, it was like cards or something that he put in there, and then it would create this monster that you would go out and level and battle and be Pokemon basically.
Pretty much.
I mean, yeah, that's it. And then that was Nintendo. Like they really didn't have a whole lot. Not a huge
said
surprise.
Nintendo underwhelmed. So.
Yeah, I was hoping, Nintendo would do well, especially since now I have a Wii U. There is rumor out there, and from what I heard, it's been substantiated, that the Wii U has been discontinued for production. Wow. And if you have a Wii U, then you have a Wii U. If you don't, and the stock runs out, sucks to be you.
Not getting one.
Right.
Oh.
I don't see a problem.
I haven't seen proof yet. but I've been hearing a lot of rumors about it that they're done
They-
doing Wii U's. They haven't been selling, so.
Well, they need to make a new Zelda game, a new Mario game, and come out with Wii U 2.
Well, again, they have a new console that's in production.
No,
They said
the real
they will
Zelda.
announce next year's E3, but that's it.
So that's
So-
E3, folks.
And that is E3. Yeah, it was.
Got through all of it, and it only took 45 minutes. Sorry,
Yeah,
an
I
hour.
tried to
and
power
45
An hour
through.
and
minutes.
45 minutes.
I tried to power through.
No, would you like
yeah,
a break?
It was somewhat
No, let's
underwhelming,
go.
somewhat overwhelming, but that's E3. All right, Ron.
I'll go ahead and run through the rest of the news for you here.
Yep.
So, moving on away from E3, of course, World of Warcraft announced that patch 6.2, The Fury of Hellfire, will be coming out this Tuesday, June 23rd. This is an actual content
What
patch.
Tuesday? Wait, what else
This
comes Tuesday?
Tuesday, 3 days
Yeah.
from today.
Is the same day Arkham Knight comes out, you bastards.
Exactly, so Joe won't be playing the new patch. Got it. Check. All right. And in other news, we don't often get StarCraft 2 news, but yeah, they're coming out with something called the Whispers of Oblivion. Now, this is a 3-mission single-player set that's designed to be the prologue to the Legacy of the Void.
Yeah.
So
should
it's
be
kind of
really
like
cool.
filling in the gap of the story between Heart of the Swarm and Legacy of the Void.
I believe it's free if you own Heart.
Correct. Which means I'll get it, but I haven't even played Heart yet, so I don't
Oh, Heart was fun. I
So,
like that story.
I'm still working my way through the original one.
And unfortunately for Dan, he can't drink this week.
Yep.
Oh.
So we'll get through this really quick, but I do want to bring up this news that CLG's Counterlogic Gaming's Double Lift almost didn't get to play this week because he decided that he was going to take a break from League for a little bit, go out and this thing called the Real World. Do you guys know what that is?
I'd never heard of it. No.
I heard
so
it
he
has
went
really
out-
good graphics.
Really good graphic. Right. He went out into the real world and decided to play something called basketball. We're not talking like NBA Jam or NBA Live or whatever it is. Like actual real physical basketball.
Wait, you can
So-
do that?
You can do that. Well, apparently
Wow.
he can't
Oh.
because he sliced the sticky figure open so bad that I couldn't look at the image for longer than I actually saw it.
Wow, really?
Like I had to. It looked
How do you-
terrible.
Do that playing basketball.
Apparently he
Yeah.
did it on the hoop somehow.
What?
You know,
What
yeah.
kind of basketball are you playing?
I don't know, but definitely if you check out his Twitter account, I posted the article on our Facebook page. You can see it from there. It's nasty. I mean,
Ooh,
he
man,
almost
he-
did not play this week.
Yeah, he tore up like half the skin on his
It's
Oh my
awful.
God.
metatar-
It is
metacarpal
Wow, that's
So-
impressive.
He
phalange.
still,
That's what
he
I meant.
still went on to play. And CLG is now 6-1, first place in the NALCS. They are trailed by one game by 4 teams: Gravity, Dignitas, Liquid, and TSM. And I think out of that, Dignitas is the big surprise.
Really?
Going 5-2. So
Wow.
yeah, Dignitas has made some awesome upsets this year. So
Good for
it's
them.
we'll see if they can keep that up. Meanwhile, in the EULCS, Fnatic remains a perfect 8-0. Origin loses again. They're down to 6-2. H2K leapfrogs them into second place. They're 7-1. Giants and Unicorns of Love, 4-4 apiece.
Not
And
bad.
we're not going to talk about the Fantasy LCS this week.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to
because
say
I'm
I
getting
haven't.
wrecked.
I haven't at all this week thanks to E3. I have no idea how I'm doing.
Well, you, Veg, and Coles are all 2-1, and
Okay.
I'm 3 wins. I'm 3 low,
Wow.
pretty much. So.
Uh-oh.
And after an hour and 45 minutes, that does it for the news.
Ooh.
Hooray!
Sully wants
I
to
think
point out
that's
that
something
Double
like-
Lift tried to play Bethesda basketball.
Right.
That's what
Blood
it was.
everywhere.
Blood everywhere.
No, I didn't take notes specifically on the Bethesda stuff, but holy crap.
Fallout 4
Fallout
announced.
4, amazing.
God, they announced so many things. Doom 4.
Doom 4,
Uh,
Doom 4. You want to talk about bloody and amazing. That game, if you guys haven't seen that trailer, go look that shit up. That was cool.
So I'm gonna add these onto the page as well, even though we didn't really talk about them
Yeah.
much. But I mean, that was pretty big
Yeah.
E3 news as well. And I'm gonna specifically put up the Pip Boy edition.
Yeah, I kind of want that, except I don't have an iOS device to put in there. But
Right.
it's a freaking Pip-Boy, literally a Pip-Boy that will
Literally.
interact with your game. Like, That's too cool. It's a lot of money.
Dishonored
What they
2.
say, like,
What's the other one? Dishonored 2 was the other big announcement.
which one? Oh, Dishonored 2. Yeah. Yep, forgot about that.
So there you go. Those will be the ones I'll put up
I was really happy. That was the first thing I caught with E3. That's how I knew E3 was going on. It was kind of lucky I was off work this week. And I saw some postings that the Bethesda announcement at E3 was getting ready to happen. It's like, holy crap, tune in.
Dishonored is $5 on Steam right now, by the way, if you want it.
What is?
Dishonored is $5
There
on
you go.
Steam right now.
Yeah, it's a good game. I've already got it. But, yeah, unfortunately, what is it, Ron? The Pip-Boy Edition, $130? Something like
I
that?
think
Like,
it's typical
that's,
collector's edition.
it seems like a lot more than other stuff, but I don't know. If I have the money, I might do it. I'm a huge Fallout fan. I've got my little bobblehead somewhere around here. I love it. I even have a little Fallout lunchbox.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. So that's League. All right, gaming. Yeah, let's talk about what have you guys been gaming. It's been kind of a slow week again for me as far as gaming. So haven't been doing much. A little bit of WoW rating. I finally got my shaman up to 100, and I'm gearing them out to heal. That's it. A little bit of Wii U here and there. Yep.
What have you been playing on that?
Smash Brothers. Well, okay, so a lot of Smash Brothers, and then the Wind Waker HD remake.
Nice.
Because Zelda's always a classic, and I loved Wind Waker. It was fun. Too much sailing around, but they fixed that in this version. So, yep,
Cool.
that's what I've been playing. Coles, or Punt, excuse me. What have you been
Wow, what an insult that is.
been gaming on?
So I got the South Park game during the Steam sale.
Yes.
So I've been playing that as a
Wait.
very fun, very funny game.
The Fractured Butthole version?
No, not the Fractured Butthole version.
Wow.
It's an awesome game. Have you found the naked woman yet?
There was one house that I opened the door and she was naked.
Yeah,
That's what
that's
it
the one.
was.
Yeah, it's like a quick little thing.
I was playing the Steam game earlier. I didn't realize my mic was picking up the mouse clicks.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And as a result of that, I was looking around and it said, "Oh, it's like Clicker Heroes." I was like, "Oh, what's Clicker Heroes?" So
Yeah.
now my Steam profile is going to get messed up because I had all these games that were my actual time played, but now I've had Clicker Heroes up for like 24 hours just running. It's an idle game,
Brilliant.
and I'm doing like 6 trillion DPS right now,
Oh my god.
and
What
have
level are you?
1.5 quadrillion gold.
Oh, just wait. I've been higher than that.
God.
Oh yeah,
What level are you?
I'm on 64.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually played the web-based version of that on Congregate.
Yeah,
and
it's
I
dumb.
got pretty far.
I don't know why I'm playing it, but it's just like
It's just
It's the
it's
same.
something to do.
it's the same as like Cookie Clicker or whatever.
Yeah, Cookie Clicker was one that I played a lot of, unfortunately.
You little bastards! You guys are the reason that I even got into idle games, and I've got like 3 of them on my damn phone, plus the ones I play on Congregate and everything else. But all right, what about you, sir?
He's still clicking.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of new stuff this week. We got our World of Warcraft guild. Yeah, we're ripping through normal mode. We'll be doing Hellfire this week, of course, which is kind of cool. This weekend, I do plan on knocking out my Legendary Ring quest that I have to finish. So
I'm still so far behind. Thanks for the
I'll
ban.
be caught up for the expansion. I'm playing Descent as always. A lot of Descent 3 action going on as well on the ladder. I don't know if you guys know, I'm going to Atlanta in 4 weeks.
Really?
Nice.
Still do those?
Denver. Yeah,
Very
they still
cool.
do those. Not very often, but
Yeah.
there's, right now there's like 34 people there. The nice thing about it is that the guys from Descendant Studios are going to be there. 3 of
Ooh,
the guys,
very cool.
Nice.
Wingman, Design, Potomac, and Viewmaster will all be there. So it's going to be
Very cool.
It's going to be pretty cool. I mean, playing the hell out of Necrodancer, as we mentioned before. I'm slowly making it through the achievements, but there's two characters that I can't get by. One of them is his name's Monk. If you pick up any gold, you die.
Wow.
Which is hard as hell. And then there's Area. If you miss a beat, you die.
Oh,
like
weird.
if you're distracted or if you do something you're not supposed to, like try to dig a wall that you're not powerful enough to dig yet, you die. Just
very cool.
Game over. And those are two of the hardest characters that have been beaten. There is one character beyond that. His name is Coda. That combines Monk, which I just mentioned, Area, which I just mentioned, and a third guy who's named Bolt, who is double time.
Oh, wow.
And all three of those things that make those individual characters hard are in this character. No one has beaten him yet.
Wow.
Not even the best speedrunners have gotten that far.
Yeah,
I've been
crazy.
watching a guy named Spooty Biscuit try to play Coda, and he just can't even get out for zone half the time.
Spooty's got an interesting channel, by the way. You should check him out.
He's fun. He plays a lot of unique games. So.
Yeah.
And then, of course, League of Legends did not go very well this week.
Yeah.
I played with Veg for the first game, and unfortunately, that first game he was so lagged out that he couldn't do anything, and it was like 3.5 on 5, so we got wrecked, and then I lost the next two games. So, not a good week. Hopefully, we'll make up for it this week.
Interesting. Okay, cool. All right, so just steaming right through this like we have been. Let's go ahead and move on to our 6 gaming roundtable question.
Oh, I totally forgot to say something during gaming.
Oh, what do you got?
Well, say something.
I was really close last week, and later that night or the next day, I broke gold cap. So I am at 1 million gold plus 37,000.
Congratulations.
Very awesome.
Now I can.
Now you can quit.
Well, I probably will stick around for this patch and see how it goes.
Yeah.
There you go.
I don't blame
All right.
you. Very nice. Okay, so for the 6 gaming roundtable question, you guys, going through a lot of this year's E3, a lot of these games that are coming out right now are all open world games or sandbox games.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to ask you guys the question: are open world and sandbox going to be the takeover genre similar to what MMOs were in the early 2000s?
I think so, because you look at a game like Minecraft, which was one of the original types of these games that came out, and people went nuts over this game, and this game has crap for graphics.
Yeah.
Now you're getting these games like what was the one that we talked about? We talked about the one that's
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, No Man's Sky. That I didn't even know about that game before we started talking about it tonight, and that's like a kind of game that I'd like to make. You know, that's some serious stuff. So
it looks really cool. I mean, let's talk Fallout. Huge open world.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to do things, do what you want in like a sandbox game.
Yeah,
but it's still gonna have a story.
So
and there's still gonna be goals to complete, so on and so forth.
Well, like I said, since MMOs were a huge thing, and we're seeing a lot of these MMOs now going kind of the free-to-play model, if not shutting down. Do you think we could see the same for these open-world stuff? Is this a fad, or do you think this will last a decade? Similar to MMOs.
Well, I certainly think it's a fad, but how long it will last depends on how good these games get.
Yeah, I can see that. One of the big things I know that I kept bringing up is, destructible environments. And what the both of you guys said is they've never had fully destructible, fully modifiable worlds. I think if they could do that, if they can make a game that would be able to do that, that would push these games into a whole nother, strat.
Well, the biggest reason why they haven't done this yet isn't technical limitations. It's the fact that in most of these games, if you try to destroy certain things, you will wreck your progress. You will not be able to proceed any further.
Right.
So what they do is that in the sake of gameplay, they'll prevent you from destroying certain things.
Well, I have a game on Steam, and I played it very briefly, called Universe Sandbox. And that, I think, is kind of the closest we'll get to for open world kind of a sandbox, where you can literally just destroy or make or modify whatever you want, and then this, in the case of this game, is planets, but you can't finish the game. There's no way to beat the game, and there's no way to, lose either. So short of doing something like that, I don't see it ever becoming huge. But my only question is, what would come back? Because, in the 90s, it was RPGs. In the late 90s, that was the thing. And then we came out with MMOs, and now we're doing these open world, which honestly are still kind of RPG based. What do you think the next genre, the next big thing is going to be? Pen?
Really hard to answer that.
I don't know. If I knew what it was going to be, then
Well, yeah, you'd be rich.
I'd be rich.
Absolutely.
What would you like to see then? What would you like to see take over?
I like big open world games. I like having a lot of stuff to do. If it's we're kind of all into RPGs and stuff, so RPG games. I'd say if we can, I like real world games with the GPS, like Ingress.
Yeah.
Or like the HoloLens games, I think are going to be like that. So if we can find a way to do that without it getting people distracted from driving and killing them or whatever, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it seems that the best of the games will be the ones that do give you all this stuff to do. You always talk about Grand Theft Auto 5, how much there is to do in that game.
Yeah.
Games like that will be the ones that really take off in the next, 5, 10 years.
Sure. I don't know. See, it's interesting because, like you guys, I like the RPG elements. The open world, I like being able, a la GTA, just go and do whatever I want for a while. I think those are really cool. One thing, though, that I want to see come back, and that's the early days of, Windows 95. I want to see the computer shooters, kind of see first-person shooters come back in a way that's a lot like the old Duke Nukem LAN matches, the Quake 3 arenas. I really want to see that come back.
Yeah.
Doom's coming out, so.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
we'll see what they can do.
You got Overwatch. There's a bunch of them. So.
Yep. Yeah,
Coming.
that's me. That kind of make a resurgence back. I got one of my friends who's saying he wants the music games to come back, and I told him, well, you got Rockstar Live or whatever that new one is, Rock Band Live. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have it. Go on.
Yep.
I did my addiction on that for a while. So, all right. That's all I got. Do you guys got anything else?
No,
That's
nothing.
All right.
So
So
this has been a very full episode.
it has been an extremely.
And we don't even
full
have
episode.
Edge here.
Right? That's what's weird. Well, we had too much.
Well, he's
news.
never
We
full.
fit so much into these shows.
Absolutely.
You
But I
got to
mean-
pick and choose.
Yeah, I think this week with E3 coming out, I think having this run a double episode was a good choice.
Yeah, we're kind of had to, but I enjoyed talking about it. So let's go ahead and move on to our closing statements for this week's episode. You guys, like we do at the end of every episode, the final thing that we want to leave you guys with. So, Pen, why don't you go ahead, sir?
If you want to be a WoW millionaire, buy low, sell high.
Gold Cup
Well
winning
said.
tip of the year.
Well said.
That's it.
All right, Ron, what do you got?
There's a lot of good stuff coming out. This is going to be an awesome year for games.
This will be an awesome year. I agree.
In 2 years from now, it's going to be an awesome year for Steam sales. Buy all those games for $5.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Oh,
All
my
right, so
wallet,
for you
please,
guys-
no.
There's one thing that I want to leave you guys with, and it's very simply, fuck you, EA Sports. Fuck you. It's in your game, bitch. Right, that's all I got.
Wow,
Oh.
such anger.
Oh, I hate EA Sports so much. Oh, God. Okay, so for the Six Gaming Podcast, I'm your host, as always, Shosan. With me, two very illustrious co-hosts, Mr. Pantherian,
See you,
Mr.
bye.
Runkley, and of course, Shosan here. You guys can catch us every Saturday at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. For the Six Gaming Podcast, I will see you next week. Ron, take it away.
See you, bye.